How you doing, Eduardo? Welcome, welcome. We have OSC Rising Star number 3, day 4. And I'm going to take a moment to say that there's a $2,000 mid-season playoffs number 1 starting early April. There's 18 cash payouts, including 2 times the random participation prizes with a top seed in the 2022 World Championship up for grabs. I'll be saying that again. It is a good time to sign up for the OSC Rewards Club. Membership started at $5 a month. So, let's see what matches we got. We are going into Trigger versus Zyomech. Give it a few minutes. How you doing at work? So, see if we get some gamers in here. Is my bot not coming up? Let's see. Let's refire up the bot. Let's give it a few minutes. I gotta go to tl.net actually and make sure I'm live, and I'm not. Let's go live with... Right. Here we go. We are live. You finally got masters at work, so what the heck? Congrats. Amazing. I still have yet to do that. Congrats, buddy. That is good stuff. Very good stuff. I'm just going to give it a few, see if we can get some peoples on here. Good to hear it. That is very cool. Very cool stuff. Alright, so that being said, Zerg's getting wrecked. That's funny. Nice. Nice. Let me just pull some of this out. And we will go into game number 1. Very cool. Triple Oracle Showtime build. That is cool. That's a good one. I'm just going to take a look here. Alright, so Trigger versus Zyomech. Game number 1. Let us go into game number 1. Let's see what we got. Alright. And give it a second fire up here. Spawning in the bottom left corner of 2,000 atmospheres. Give it up for Root Gaming's Trigger, who's now on another team, and his opponent in the upper right. Representing Blazer, it is Zyomech. How you doing, Anders? Let us see what we got for this game. We got a little Protoss versus Protoss. This is day number 4 day number 3. Day number 4 of OSC Rising Star number 3. Pretty good. I got up way too late. Went to bed too late. But outside of that, we are alright. Alright, we do have a probe. How are you doing? Alright. Nothing too spicy, just Gateway Scouts. Both players with 1 gas, and they are... Actually, Trigger is still doing the low ground expand. Like previous settings, yeah. Oh, I know the feeling, Anders, believe me. I know the feeling. Alright, Trigger is going for the low ground expand, which is very punishable now. Without that safety, Void Ray is quick. As we've all been noticing in the balance patch. We got a 2-gate expand from Zyomech. Actually, Zyomech may cheese. Remains to be seen. Not like rushing that cyber core. Trigger, on the other hand, is Possibly going to get probe harassed in his nat in a bit, but there's going to be a zealot out from Trigger to kind of stop a pylon block, which we're going to anticipate. Pizza leftovers, nice. I've eaten absolutely nothing today yet. Absolutely nada. Alright, wow, Trigger does get the faster expand. After all, he canceled the zealot. Just at the timing you'd get with double gas saturation before expand. Zhao Mech, let's see what he goes for. Not too concerned about the expansion. He didn't get the block. Probe is out. Is he going to go for a proxy? It looks like he's just going to go over and just straight up proxy. Yeah, there it is. Zhao Mech with the proxy pylon. He's definitely going for something. Trigger going in, not for a block. Just trying to scout the units coming out. It's double stalker opener. It is a proxy. Well, no, Trigger going for a robo. Trigger going for 2-gate robo. Proxy is going to be scouted. The stalker's going right for it. He's going to look around. Actually, it's kind of a cheeky location. Proxy robo, which is actually later than the robo there. Trigger going to check this out. It is going to be scouted in the Xel'Naga Watchtower, just barely. If this was down just a little bit, Zhao Mech wouldn't have been scouted. Trigger saw that from the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Meanwhile, 2 stalkers pushing out from Zhao Mech. Trigger with an additional stalker to join. He is on 1-gate production, but he is going to have the first shot, so is going to be able to take a good fight. Doesn't even take any hull damage on his first stalker. Very good micro. Actually, it didn't even fully penetrate the shields. Okay, this immediately isn't 3-gate robo. It's just 2-gate robo. 2 more stalkers joining the fray of the fight. An immortal coming out from Trigger is going to be very good. He's got a battery. He has a complete base. Warp gate finishing up for Trigger before Zhao Mech. That's actually not a position you want to be in if you're the player that's the cheeser. If you're the aggressive player, you do not want to have delayed warp gate and a later robo. That is not looking good for Zhao Mech. He does have more stalkers, but it doesn't matter now because warp gate's here. And Trigger has his 2 gates. Trigger's in a fantastic spot. Second immortal, 75% complete. Zhao Mech just getting his first. He's getting a warp prism. We do have 3 stalkers moving in. But Trigger is already set up for a defensive play against this, which is pretty nice. He was expecting 3-gate or 2-gate robo, and he got exactly that from Zhao Mech, who is just now, well, he's just building another pylon to prevent a supply block. And he's going to go in for Warp Prism before second immortal. Alright. He does have 3-gate production now, so his 3rd gate was right here. Okay. He's just using the Warp Prism so he can do that. Okay. Battery overcharge is activated and does save that immortal. That was like a very rough engagement for Zhao Mech. Holy shit, that was just completely shut down. And, well, there's Warp Prism versus Warp Prism. Now, damaged immortal versus no damaged immortals. Units are kind of going down for Trigger too, but it's not the right units. The immortals still stand. Zhao Mech's immortal is dangerously low on health. This game is looking over and more over by the second. Zhao Mech has nothing in production, just the Warp Prism, and Trigger saves both the almost full health, well, not full health, but definitely higher health immortals. Yeah, Trigger looks like he's just in the winning spot right here. He's half saturated on his base versus 1 base production, and a little behind this from Zhao Mech. Ooh, does Trigger get in position for the Adepts? The Adepts going to fight just to do a little extra damage, or tank a little extra damage rather from the Immortals. Would have rather have seen some Zealots. Zealots probably would have done a little better, or at least a Zealot against the Immortals are quite good. Slow or not. Okay, both Immortals are safe from Zhao Mech, but that's 3 Immortals. 2 none. Look at that attempted micro, but it doesn't matter. It's all cleaned up, and GG is called. Trigger takes game number 1. And that's it. Alright, so game 2. That'll be coming right up. How you doing, chat? boy, what'd I do with my... Okay, here it is. All right, here we are, folks. And again, participate in the thousands of dollars of tournaments for online sports championship. It is. Memberships start at $5 a month. All right, so here we go. Spawning in the bottom right corner, Curious Minds. Formerly from Root Gaming, it is Trigger. And his opponent in the upper left, representing Blazer, it is Xiaomek, our blue Polish Protoss. And Trigger from Team Canada. What if Trigger was just from Team Canada, chat? Imagine. All right. Low ground from Trigger again, not to be surprised. Both players going out for their scout. We'll see how this plays out. Xiaomek going for just a double gate again. I need a co-caster. I'm just waking up. Yeah, we're okay. No co-caster today. We're just getting into it, and we're just warming up. We need more chat. Someone who isn't a parrot? Oh, you're breaking my balls, huh? Well, there's nothing... I know what you're saying. At the beginning of the game, there's nothing more to talk about than exactly what is. Okay, we are going to see a attempt at a block from Xiaomek, which will help him out. I know what you're saying. It's just... At this point in a PvP, we have the exact same opener to the game again. And we're more than likely going to see a proxy from Xiaomek against Trigger. Trigger going for the defensive zealot to block the pylon block. It's literally the same game, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, we're alright. I like solo casting. It's just we're warming up right now. It's when the games get spicy, that's where it's at. This is just like a pretty standard opener right now, but I'm actually curious to see what Xiaomek does. He doesn't get a block. Alright, so chat, this is one thing I'm going to say right here. If you're playing against the one gate expand Protoss right now, you got to try to do a pylon block at the least. Like, whether the zealot's out or not, the goal is you got to be annoying with that probe and get the block while doing your stuff. It doesn't take that much effort. Because otherwise you're just allowing your opponent to get to just where they want in their economy. At the least, you have to be right on top of getting your tech up, getting your units out quicker. Zealot is going to go out and try to find some damage, trying to get a little sniperino of anything. Actually, it's going for a scout. Does not get a scout. Xiaomek actually looked like he was going to expand for once. But he's going for a fast Twilight. Hey, what up, Troll Power? How are you doing? I am casting the OSC Elite Rising Star number 3, day number 4. Okay, Xiaomek going for the cheeky proxy right here. Are we going to see Blink or are we going to see Dark Templar? I believe we're going to see Blink. He's just going for gate. How is your stream, Troll Power? Welcome. Welcome, Ritas. 15% win rate. Dude, that's been my last couple months for a while until I started playing Zerg. Anyway, we have water response from Trigger. He's going Protoss Mech with the increased Void Ray production time and minerals. What a Chad. No, he's going for Oracles and then Immortal follow-up. This is pretty cool stuff. He's going to scout the Twilight. He's going to scout the Chrono on the Twilight Council. He knows this is Blink. Oracle is getting some very serious damage, and there's absolutely nothing to defend with because Xiaomek is trying to push in and crack this base. One shield battery does go down, but an Immortal's about to pop, and, well, that's all she wrote. 8 workers going down for Xiaomek. Trigger is going to be able to defend this with Blink 75% done. Damn, let's look at those losses. That is very well in favor of Mr. Trigger. Holding it down and getting significant worker damage before the shield battery can even be done. What up, Filibuster? And how you doing, Sibajan? Mass Archon, meow. Exactly. Blink is about to complete. Is Trigger going to get a stasis ward? I have a feeling we're going to see that, because we're going to see some aggressive play. Immortal and Void Ray with another shield battery. Do we have energy for battery overcharge? We do not. We do see... Oh, Oracle is going to try to... He's killing the battery with the Pulsar Beam. What the fuck? Sorry, chat. This is a mature stream, but what is this? My God. We've been seeing that a little bit lately. I've had a few games. One where it was just an outright kill, but Trigger's going to kill that and then just get worker damage next. That's hilarious. GG is called. Salmek knows he just doesn't have enough to crack it and lost too much. That is it. We're going to move on to our next series here. All right, bear with me, folks. Art versus Battlebee. And if you want to check out the bracket, again... While you're all here, it could be any league. You could be Masters League. You could be whatever. But we do have the mid-season playoffs coming up soon. It's a good time to get in. There's $2,000 in prizes. It starts in April. 18 cash payouts with 2 random participation prizes. So you get prizes for participating. And there is a minimum $5 membership. You do have chances to get OSC Elite Passes. Danny with a tier 2 sub for 4 months. Thank you so much, Danny. I hope you are doing well. So that is it. And if you guys want to check it out, thank you again, Danny. And that is Danny for you. Make sure you check Danny out too. All right, so we are going to move into... Art versus Battlebee. Battle with me. Thank you so much, Danny. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, guys, tomorrow is the Chicken Man Testa Open. We have a bunch of Match Reno codes to claim. Please do. It's going to be a $200 one. He's smoking. Call the Twitch police. There's nothing. Ooh, troll power. But, guys, if you want to help Chicken Man and I out, too, another thing I'd throw in, please click that claim code. And it will donate 25 cents to the tournament toward the $200 prize pool. And thanks to Boris Nesprick for the $69 donation. All right, that being said, we have Art versus Battlebee. This is going to be a hype matchup. Art versus Battlebee. Let's see here. Ooh, is this going to be a clean sweep or not? So we got a PBT, folks. They have limits to drinking, smoking. They frown on smoking illegal internationally drugs. They frown upon cigarettes, but these are cigarettes. All right, anyway, spawning in the upper right corner of 2,000 atmospheres, representing Genesis Gaming, it is our pink Polish Protoss, Art. And his opponent in the lower left, give it up for Genesis Gaming's Battlebee, formerly from... I believe he was on Berserker Esports. So we have a Genesis Gaming versus Genesis Gaming battle PVT. This should be a good one. These guys are monster players on both fronts from EU. And yeah, so Battlebee's immediately going out with an earlier scout. So this is more than likely... Is this going to be a proxy? Yeah, this is certainly going to be a proxy. If it's not, I'm going to be very surprised. He's changing his pathing. Yeah, there it is. Are we going to see Proxy Marauder? Are we going to see Proxy? It doesn't look like 111 yet, but it's too early to tell. We shall see, chat. All right. No, he's just going for a scout. He's going for an eBay block. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Oh, no, no. My God. He is not going for any of that for proxy, and he's just going for that dirty, filthy eBay block at like almost full percentage if he can. Yeah, that was early enough where he's going to get quite a bit done. The probes are pulled. That's an interesting response from... it's one of the right responses you got to do against an eBay block. Oh, the SCV doesn't go down. So damn close. We do have a Marine opener from Battlebee. This is going to force a cancel at some point. But damn, there's so much delayed. Cybercore is down. This is 6 probes. So income-wise, obviously quite a bit of a loss of income from Mr. Art, who is trying to get a scout and what have you. That'll be going for his factory. So he's going into a 1-1-1 build a little faster, delaying his opponent from mining. We will have the gateway and cybercore done, so will there be a unit soon, as soon as their money. Like, look at how little mining there was. He didn't have enough money to start an adept or stalker right away. And I guess Art's just like, you know what, we're just going to skip the unit for now. We're just going right for it. But he does have his natural started. Okay, he is going for an adept opener. We do have the reactor for, well, what would appear to be the switcherino. We shall see. But Battlebee's probably going to switch this over, and are we going to see Hellions? No, he's going for Marine. A couple Marines, and then he's going for the Hellion. High ground CC is started and almost complete. It is going to be a Stargate opener. Very standard play from our Protoss player. He's going for some Adepts, and he's going for an Oracle, potentially. But he has no vision of the other side of the map. His opponent just now getting that starport. I'm just curious to see what the play is here. There's Widow Mines. Is it going to be a Marine Widow Mine drop? That'd be fascinating. I think he's just going to go for a Widow Mine drop follow-up. The Hellion to be annoying. Adept actually just acting defensively. I kind of don't hate this. He's going to push out with 2 Adepts maybe after some timings. However, this Hellion could get some worker kills. Ooh, the Shade is back. 2 Adepts are going to clean this up, however. The jig is up. The full scout is done, though. That's the beauty part of Hellions. You can get a great scout. It is an Oracle opener, and we do see a tech lab going down onto the factory. Just constant Marine production, a medevac going out. 1 Widow Mine defensively for the Oracle now that the Stargate and Oracle production was scouted. Let's see what happens. Chat, how are you doing? By the way. How is chat? Mr. Anders, Mr. Troll Power, Ms. Danny. Alright. We do have the Cyclone follow-up. Typical response to a Stargate opener if you open 1-1-1. However, is this actually going to be... Oh, no! Mistakes were made. The Oracle goes down after all that. It took Art so long to get it. He's going for a 3rd base, however. This is going to be a really rough spot for Art. He has 1 gate with 2 more in production in his natural, of all places. Very exposed. Oracle going back out again to try to find some damage, but there is a Cyclone out. It is in the front. This is going to be a push from our Terran player. Okay, he's just going for a rev tag to see what he's up against. Okay, it is going into 3-1-1 for our Terran player. Stem and combat shield's not on the way yet, which is good. It's going to take a little bit longer. It does buy Art some time. He is getting his robotics facility and Twilight. Kind of standard stuff considering the opener and the delay. But losing that Oracle was massive for our Protoss player. Another rev tag, getting some vision. He is going to scout the Marines, which is kind of nice. Stim and combat shields being researched right now. We do have a reactor on the starport with a reactor on the factory. So this is going to be Widow Mines and Bio. So we're starting to see our first Marauder in production from our Terran player. Oracle will not go down. All right, Observer is being produced. We got Charge. I love this. It's a gate explosion. He's going into Phoenix Charge lot, which is a... Oh, actually, he's dropping a Robo Bay. He is building a Phoenix for drop defense, which is nice. I do love this. Got the Oracle out. He's in full positioning of this. Terran actually going to have a delayed 3rd with the build? Or is he going to transition into 5 racks and pull all the boys off the natural each time for a push out? We shall see. Army supply heavily in favor of Battlebee, though. Art is just using what few tools he has. He's got an Oracle. He's got a Phoenix to, you know, potentially guard against a scout. He is going into some Phoenix. I like this. He's at a 2 count so far, building it up. Charge on the way. We're going to see Colossus. We're going to see charge lots. We got more gates coming. We do have a higher supply cap for Art, so he's going to be able to produce. He's got 2 more gates. He's going to be able to charge lot, produce out of this. Take a 4th. Is he taking a 4th? That'd be crazy. He does kind of need some more gas if he's going to go into Colossi. But all things considered, Terran is pushing out. Stasis Trap only gets 1 Marine. That is it. That's all she wrote, folks, for that Stasis Ward. Colossi is almost complete. Can it come out in time? Thermal Lance is well in the future, but Charge And the Colossi should be out by the time the Terran pushes there. The Colossi is going to be a little out of position. Oh, actually, it should be able to join the fight. It does. Colossi's there. Shield battery may not be in just in time. Oh, it is. Charge has completed. A beautiful force field from Art, and he does have one Colossi second on the way. Phoenix is coming with the Oracle to defend. This is actually a great hold for Art. Realistically, Widowmine hits the Phoenix is not the greatest move, but he does have red tag. He can pick him up, but he has to be careful not to lose him to the bio. Oh, a beautiful pull, so he doesn't lose the gateway units to the Widowmine. He just lost an Adept and a Zealot. Better trades there than it could have been. Battery overcharge is called. How is this going to go? Oh, beautiful pickup on the Widowmines and the Zealots and the Phoenixes. And the Colossi. Now we're going to push in on the second Colossi on the way. Thermal Lance approaching completion. Beautiful fight from Art, regardless of the cheeky play. However, there's a drop in the main base with 3 Widow Mines. And a Marine Marauder getting rid of 1 gate and Stargate production. Not that he's really focusing on Phoenixes at this point, typically. The armory's out. That is fully cloaked. And did we lose the Observer? No, the Observer's over here. It's only 1 token Observer. There's still a sizable Bioforce. There's bio on each side. Man, Art is actually getting... He was in a fantastic defense, but this multi-prong from our Terran player is pretty big. A Colossi is going to be able to help, but that's 2 medevacs to defend. Beautiful force field from Art defending his third base. Main has to have some defense. He does have a little... He is going to get some stuff with a warp in. GG is called. I don't think he necessarily needed to fully GG right there, but... That was game number 1. Moving on to game number 2. What up, Filibuster? How you doing today? I'm guessing you have sauna and mushrooms in the future. I gotta get my lighting fixed, I think. Actually, this doesn't seem too bad in the new room. I just decided to go back to green screen. Sauna's a bit later. It's nice. I know your routine. Usually when it gets later on, we see Filibuster mention his sauna and mushrooms. Which is hilarious. Good to see you back in it, Filibuster. Alright, let's see here. Spawning in the upper right corner of Glittering Ashes, representing Genesis Gaming, it is Battle B. Or Blue Terran. And his opponent in the bottom left, our pink Polish Protoss. Give it up for Genesis Gaming's Art. Moving on to game 2. He is down a game in this series. And I have my cat sleeping next to me. I put a comforter down for him. It was a good idea to get some a little less reverb in this room. All right. Probe is moving out across the map for a little scout. He's going for a gateway scout, not as early of one. Art not doing that, or sorry, Battle B not doing anything too cheeky this game. Maybe we'll see a different play, but maybe we see 3 racks opener instead. It remains to be seen. Battle B is a very good player, so is Art. Art actually had a great response, but that multi-prong, I didn't even see the drop in the main. I thought he had, when he pulled his Phoenixes out of position, which he kind of needed in that engagement. He needed everything because he was behind. Those Phoenixes really could have prevented that drop, so it was very unlucky. Because I do believe he needed them in that engagement because of the Widow Mines. Alright. Probe being annoying, getting a scout, trying to get that harass in. It is not going to be microed for a second. Natural is down for Mr. Art. There's the reactor immediately. Okay, he does have his Marine. Okay, with the second supply depot. Let's see what the play is from both players. Art is probably going to go with the standard Stargate opener again. He usually does that. It is a common play. Is he going to go Phoenix Charge or Phoenix Colossus? We'll see. I'm just guessing. Like, I could be way wrong. Art could pull us a curveball. It is going to be 3 racks from Battle B, unless he does some cheeky 2-on-1 build. There we have it. Okay, yep, there it is. Adept Stargate play. 3-Rex is a little... I think 3-Rex can be pretty decent against Stargate play. For openers. In TVP. You can certainly find some good value. Just the timing attack and when this hits versus the timing attack a Colossi comes out is rough. Phoenix Charge, that's a different story. If it's Phoenix Colossus, I think it's a little harder to hold, so you got to delay your third quite a bit. All right, first Adept going out, trying to get a scout. Nothing really too revealing here, except for there's 5 Marines, which will be scouted by the Shade. Nice cancel. However, does the Adept survive? Oh no, the pathing that Art took. Well, he does keep it alive a little more. He wants to get in. He wants to get some information to see what is going on. So he's going to try his damnedest. Behind this, the Phoenix coming out. I really would like to see Phoenix charge, but we'll see what happens. He's going into Phoenix Colossus. There's the Robo. This could be very, very painful for our Protoss player, Mr. Art. Art Vandelay. If anybody is familiar with Seinfeld, giddy up. Anybody remember Art Vandelay? We have the Stamina Combat Shield. This is exactly what I'm talking about, that timing. Because there is no scout. Without a scout, the Phoenixes could scout this potentially. Even just throwing it in for some vision wouldn't be bad. Because he needs to drop shield batteries. Okay, it's all Phoenixes. No Immortal coming out. Not that helps against the Marine because it's Stim Combat Shield. This is pure Marine push to either kill a third or just win the game. And it is going to be scouted. Phoenix is probably going to go down en route. Not that Phoenix is... Oh, wait. What was that pathing? Okay, he wants to catch the whole army. There is a little pressure right here. More Phoenixes coming, possibly going to attempt to get some Marines. Oh, no. All the Phoenixes just scouting the army. Not able to get any pickoffs because there's just too many Marines. Like, if he had just gotten into a Robo Bay, it is possible. As crazy as it sounds, a Disruptor wouldn't be too bad, but with Stim and Combat Shields, this is rough to hold. Adepts are about as good as he can do, I guess, all things considered. Because those are Stim Marines. Battery overcharge activated second. Battery is there. Okay, I like it. He's got a sentry. Phoenix is going to regroup. Keep eyes on the army. We are going to start seeing that concussive shells finish up with infantry weapons +1 on the way. Our Terran player just now getting his starport. He's going for that big push. Containing his opponent to 2 bases. First Colossi just on the way. This is a lot of Phoenixes coming out, but Phoenixes are... Oh, there we go. This is where the Phoenixes are nice. They're going to pick off reinforcing units. Try to get some Marauders is actually huge as this goes on, because you buy time for the Colossus. He's trying to take a cheeky third, because you kind of got to at this point, but that's so much bio. It is really rough for our Protoss player. Like, realistically, this is looking at... That Colossi is just not going to finish in time. There's no way to save it. It's out of position for the batteries. The DPS of the Marines with Stim is just too much. And unfortunately, that's all she wrote. Pretty soon, we should be seeing GG momentarily. Another Robo going down. Third base is still there. But these Stalkers aren't going to be able to clean this up. And Battlebee takes game number 2. Very well played by our Genesis Gaming Terran. Okay, we will be moving on to Nightmare versus Spats. For the next game in our series. Nightmare versus Spats. Here we are, gamers. Checking something out. All right. Moving on to game number 1. It's game number 1. here we are. Momentarily. Spawning in the upper right corner of Glittering Ashes. Representing... what team is Spats on now? Is he on Berserker still? Maybe... I believe it's Berserker. It is. Our red Protoss player, Spats. And his opponent in the bottom left. Give it up for Nightmare. Our blue Protoss. The PvP again. As was our first series of today. But Nightmare versus Spats should be a spicy one. Alrighty. Hey, welcome JLT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Has anybody ever called you the Count? 1, 2, 3. JLT with the Count. He is from Transylvania. Okay, we got a scout going out from Nightmare. Nothing from Spats. He's going for the whole macro setup, double gate scout. And he spent everything toward getting that gas, keeping the probes there, so he's gonna have a little delayed cyber core potentially. Oh no, he's not. He's right and ready to take it both with a double gate setup. I don't know about an expand yet. Spats with that late probe. Is he going for the scout or is he going for a proxy? This looks like a proxy right off the rip from Spats. I don't think you're a bot. I see you here all the time. I think you're... is this Gene Simmons' account on your phone? Gene Sim? I forgot who you are, JLT, but I remember you were... I remember you as somebody. You've talked to me on this account before, but you always check for the bracket. Okay. It is a proxy robo. Not going to be 3-gate. These guys likes doing the 2-gate robo. I wouldn't hate 3-gate robo. I guess 2-gate robo is a little more eloquent. Will this be scouted by Nightmare? That is a really daring proxy robo, but it's actually pretty 5-head play. Definitely well within reason. Like, normally that's where you'd proxy a Stargate for an Oracle or, well, usually a Void Ray in previous patch. You like to watch the Psystorm open? Well, I hope you like to watch the Chicken Man Testa open, too. We got that. $200 prize pool this week, gamers. So please use those codes. Alright, we got a little Razzmatazz on the Adepts. And we do have Warp Prism on the way. So this is going to be a Warp Prism play off the rip from our red Protoss player. Ooh, he is going to get the kill on the probe even. Very cool stuff. I like the shield battery, even with the late scout. Oh, is the Warp Prism going to be scouted? He's going in with Adepts. I like this out of Nightmare. Or out of Spats. It's scouted, however. It is full scouted. And there's an Oracle out. Like, there's no Immortal in production. This was actually, surprisingly, a DT follow-up. Void Ray 4 defense coming. The jig is potentially just up right here. You know, it'd be hilarious using the Warp Prism to... using the Warp Prism for powering that. Okay, he's going to go in and try to get some damage. And is going to find some. The probe is there for... oh, he doesn't get the kill on... oh, no, that was his warping. He does get the kill on the pylon, but the Void Ray, the Stalkers, the Sandwich. Is there enough Stalkers to deal with this with some micro? The answer is no, because the Warp Prism is going to go down to the Prismatic Line Void Ray. Oh, wait, does he kill the Void Ray? Okay, there's nothing in forward position for Spats right now, but very aggressive play. He's actually trading pretty well, all things considered, but the Nexus is going to be the problem. Adept going to shade back to force a little bit of distraction from the Void Ray, at least. Actually, there's no shield battery, so guess what? I actually wouldn't. He has to be careful, but he could have actually taken out the Void Ray. Spats in a fantastic position. But he has to be careful not to throw. He doesn't have a natural, so that's the problem. But realistically, if he could have got that Void Ray, somehow, some way, he was still in it. This game is nuts. Okay, the double adept play, I like. Are we going to see? No, it's still going to be one base all-in. Sentry staying back at home. Just constant aggression. There's nothing to defend down there other than units. But we probably are going to see a pylon go down in the back. Adept shading in, trying to find their way in the base. At least seeing what the army is for our red Protoss player. There's some very good aggression. Hopefully Juanito will play. He probably will be playing tomorrow. I did talk to Special, and it is very likely. Oh my god. The Adepts don't find enough damage. But there's so much pressure from Spats. Beautiful shield battery on the high ground from Nightmare Hover. Spats going in to take a Nexus after all that aggression. Don't know how much I like it. Probably could have put a little less pressure on, but realistically, the trades are fucking even Stevens pretty much. The downside, Spats obviously behind on workers, but he has pumped a few out. So he's not necessarily just dead. He's going into Blink. He transitioned to a Twilight. Dark Shrine probably would have been a good play. Spats just getting a Twilight. Actually, yeah, Dark Shrine would be a fantastic play. Because the Oracle went down. That would be a very serious win condition for our red Protoss player. Hallucinated Phoenix finding its way across the map. All right, we do have Blank finishing up for Spats. Okay, Hallucinated Phoenix, seeing Hallucinated Phoenix. And the Sentry is going to chisel at that. Okay, Spats finally has his natural, again, behind on workers, but he's starting to catch up a little bit at a time. If he finds value in anything, as far as damage, he's in a good spot. He does have Blink. Blink just on the way. Oh, Spats is going for it. He's using Hallucination. He's jumping right in. He's trying to stop production. He powers the battery. He gets a Void Ray. He gets another kill on another pylon. That is prismatic alignment. However, he does get a decent amount of damage on the Void Ray. Kills the Sentry. Those are pretty decent trades for our red Protoss player. Spats playing like a madman. Even with as much as he lost, he's still staying in this game. Getting a Forge behind it. We don't see any other tech. We don't see charge or anything, so he's going for +1. But like realistically, he's on the economy he's on. Spats could do a lot right here for changes. He's actually ahead on army supply. Caught up on workers almost. He's down like 4 workers. Very cool stuff. He is taking a third. This is the kind of mad stuff I want to see. Okay, he's going into Templar Archives +1, but he needs to remember to get charged if this is the play he wants. He's going to go bank up, get a lot of gateways. But he still needs that charge. Okay, it looks like we may see a third base out of Nightmare just now. Spats is going to complete way sooner. So Spats is now flipped the tables. He's going to have +1 a little faster, but with Chrono Boost, it kind of normalizes, gives an attack of opportunity window. But damn, look at this oversaturation of the natural from Spats. You could probably start fixing it up soon. Actually, I bet you if you move the workers from the main, they would be saturating that base right as it popped. And is he going to? He did his natural. It'd be like half satch. He needs to pull these guys off. Up. Look at me picking at the pro players. When I'm just some scrub it up. Nightmare with the scout. Spats interestingly catches the probe. Probe is just a throwaway scout at this point. I think that's all Nightmare was trying to do with it anyway. He's going to scout that there's a third base. +1 didn't finish, so even in that time, he didn't really have time to click on it to see if +1 was done. War Prism coming out. Charge on the way. We do have the third gas saturated, and look at this, 3 base saturation from Spats. Down a couple workers, but that's not too bad. He doesn't have that second gas saturation, and the fact that he's at Temple Archives, I'd like the Spats taking a 4th base. I kind of don't hate it. He's behind an army, but he can start pumping stuff in. He's going to start making some immortals. He's got gates coming and finishing up. Charge is not done yet, but he's going to be ahead on charge. He's ahead on +1 at the moment, so that's actually really good for him. He can get in position here and have a pretty good fight. There's 1 shield battery in the back. We do see some adapts shade in to the natural and get some worker kills. However, Spats with that 4th base. Oh my god, Nightmare scouts it with a Void Ray. This game is nuts. We are going to have to see if... Oh, yep, it's a beautiful cancel from Spats. Void Ray going to get some damage done, attacking the shield battery. However, the Stalkers are going to blink in and find some shield damage on it. Do we see a kill? Okay, the ballsy 4th base is shut down. We don't see another gas. Again, at this rate, I definitely like to see some gas being taken from Spats, considering he lost his base. That just could mean more Archons, if nothing else. It is an Archon plus Archon war. +1 is equal for both sides. However, Spats is going to complete +2 somewhere in this engagement. Nightmare does have charge as well, however, and he is going to push right in. Spats is pushing right into the natural. A little hit with charge lots. Battery's just finishing up on the 3rd base. Spats has to be a little bit careful there. He's going for a 4th. Void Ray still kind of chilling in the nat. A very aggressive blink from Mr. Spats. But his army's mostly zealots because, again, he didn't take his gases. When you're fighting against Archons, he's set up for him. He's setting up for the attack upgrades, the upgrade advantage, but he's going to need some Archons of his own, or, I mean, it's great against the Immortals. I guess the Stalkers can target him. And with a little bit of surround, it could go a little better. Spats securing a 4th after all. Void Ray coming back home. Does it get caught? It is caught out of place. Nightmare now has nothing on the other side of the map. He does have 1, well, he has 2 observers, so he can see a little bit of the army positioning. Oh, the War Prism goes down for Nightmare. Spats is going to lose 2 sentries, but I don't think it matters that much. He's running out of position. He's scouting for a 4th himself. War Prism from Spats, playing like a Chad, gets it in. Beautiful Zealot Warpin from our red Protoss player. Meanwhile, Nightmare is chasing this down. Spats actually down on supply. He saves the War Prism, but he has a 4th base. Being down on supply is rough. He's going for a Robo Bay. He's going for another robotics facility. He's going for a Dark Shrine. He's going for +3, but he doesn't have the numbers. He is on 8-gate production to 10-gate production, but he is playing like a greedy lad, saturating his 3rd base. I don't think he has enough to deal with the full army unless he can pick off some of this a bit at a time. It might normalize out. Spats is down like 30 supply, 37 supply at the moment, and then change, well, you know, it kind of changes because he's going to be able to warp in. Battery overcharge or not, I think he doesn't have the army to fight this. He's getting the tech. Disruptor's on the way, however, it will be pretty beneficial. Saving probes will be nice because he does have a base. However, the base is even getting hit by zealots in the 4th location. 2 disruptors coming out could be pretty big. Do they find some damage? They get an Archon. They get actually 2 Archons and an Immortal. That could be pretty paramount to defense. However, this base is going on. Spats now down 2 bases. He's ahead on so much, but he literally threw his army away. Beautiful defense from Nightmare and his natural when he had that charge lot warp in. But again, army composition-wise, that was a little rough. A little bit rough. Oh, Archon taking a lot of damage. But is it enough? The robotics bay is going to go down. Man, this is a game. 2 disruptors going across. Oh, 3 Archons going down is huge, but there's still 3 more. Spats is now down on his back foot. 2 bases. To not 2 bases. Disruptor is going to find kills on his own workers. DT's warping in, but there is an observer. So they do go down. I believe it just was in range. Damn, Spats, GG's. Honestly, that was a crazy game. I can't believe Spats got so far ahead. Like that that engage where Nightmare was chasing him across the map cost him the game. He was so ahead. So damn ahead. Let's take a look at Game number 3 in just a moment. I actually have to put something in here. Game number 2, rather. Not 3. Game number 2 of this series. Alrighty. Let us go. And my cat is so cute sleeping next to me. I think I might, if this works out, I might be able to have double cat cam if I spread this out all right. So the, oh man. Alrighty, here we are, spawning in the bottom right corner of Berlingrad. It is Spats. And his opponent in the upper left. Give it up for Nightmare. Now, our PvP series here. Will it go to a game number 3? We will find out. These are all best of 3s. We do have a pretty good lineup. Alrighty. We do have the setup going down for the anti-cannon rush setup and the, well, standard one. I think Nightmare is anticipating, like, I wouldn't put it past Spats to cannon rush me this game. But what is nice about this pylon otherwise is you do have the potential for a shield battery right here. On the other hand, so you can have a kind of tucked back secured shield battery for aggression when you do expand. I believe it's outside of, yeah, it's outside of battery overcharge range, but certainly pretty good against some aggressive builds a little earlier when you're expanding. Okay, we do not, okay, there's the Cybercore from Mr. Spats. Cybercore not quite done because Nightmare's a little behind on his gates. This game. Spats was so aggressive the last game that I don't know if that's going to be okay or not. I mean, it's Nightmare. He's a very solid player, to say the least. I know he was scarier in the past, people say, but he still plays in pretty good, goddamn good form. Alright, we do have a double stalker opener from Spats, who is looking to secure. I think he's just going for a standard game, but this was the psych out in the last game. If you guys remember, we just saw it. He did kind of pull a little sneaky do on his opponent. I love this shield battery block from Spats. It's going to prevent the pylon block a bit. I don't know. He's just going to go kill the probe. The timing of this, yeah, he's going to kill the probe. Oh no, it doesn't do anything. That did absolutely nothing. We do get a pylon block on the natural for Nightmare. Okay. These guys are weirdos, let's say. Let's say it. That was some weird stuff right there. A little bit of Protoss shenaniganry right off the beginning. Okay, it's going to be 3-gate robo in base from Spats with a proxy pylon. But there we have it, folks. 3-gate robo against the late expand. Shield battery is going down in position of the natural. This is 4 stalkers poking out. There's going to be about the same. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to scout this, however. It's going to be fully scouted. There's nothing back home to kill the Phoenix. A lot of stalkers in production before warp gate's even done. So he's going to have 2 more finish. Then have a full warp in cycle, potentially. So we are probably going to see a warp prism from that distance. We might see something cheekier yet. And I won't get into it, but there's a ton of cheeky things you could do. Disruptor drops. All sorts of fun stuff when you play with the warp prism opener. But let's see what Mr. Spats has got. He's got the warp prism coming. He's got Stalkers being warped in over here so we can start producing them ahead of time and have them across the map. Even with a slow warp in, they're still going to do their work. Meantime, Nightmare is just defending. He's got a lot of sentries, hoping to force field these units in and be able to force in the high ground. So Nightmare should know this is a Warp Prism play, and this could be a damn fast series, honestly. The last game went on, that actually went on quite further from how behind it would appear Spats was, but he did enough damage where it kind of traded out. Let's see what this game holds for us now that the Warp Prism is out. Immortal is going to be popping here momentarily. The timing's a little rough. Spats does have 2 Stalkers to scout this push otherwise, but this is going to be an aggressive push with a lot of Stalkers. Immortal going to pop right now. The DPS could be a lot, but the sentries could force field the hell out of this and chop it. But we could see some more Prism Micro. We are going to see some. Oh, he's going to back off. He does scout the Immortal. Nightmare now going for a Warp Prism of his own for the counter Micro, just like we started in game number 1. This time, there is not an Immortal follow-up from Spats. This is just a lot of Stalkers trying to out-DPS things, but again, sentries make this a bit of a problem. They almost out-DPS the shield battery overcharge, but not quite. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Those force fields helping because he can't get good target fires. Beautiful Micro, however, but these Stalkers have taken so much damage. An Observer out is going to help Mr. Spats a bit. That Warp Prism is monumental to everything he can do. Another Immortal on the way. Battery overcharge is done. He needs to try to kill the Immortal. Gets the Warp Prism. That's pretty good. But these Stalkers are so damaged. Can Spats survive? He's losing now. Yeah, now he's losing the fight a little bit. These are so damaged. He's playing with fire, but he has to try his best. Great aggression from Spats, but I don't think he's going to do it. We are going to see battery overcharge nearing the point past cooldown. These batteries are running low on energy, but I don't think it matters. These Stalkers are a little bit anemic. Damn. Yeah, the jig is up. He's going back to the pylon. There's nothing really he can do other than try to get some warp-ins. Oh, the Warp Prism's down. The jig is up. That was it. That was a 1 base all-in, and I don't think we're going to see much more. I could be wrong. It is PvP. Yeah, there's a depth follow-up. Okay, his only thing he could try to do, he lost the pylon even, is, well, see if he's still in the game, I guess. He's got an Observer on the way, 2 Adepts. I don't think the Adepts are going to be able to find much value. Observer even going to go down after because of an Observer of Nightmares coming down. Okay, he is going to stay in the game for a bit, but that certainly did not trade as well as the first game. He did get some good damage done though, but this is a quite delayed natural. 7 minutes to be taking a natural in 90% of cases. Like, you need a lot of worker like, if you got some worker kills too with the depths, I think that would have been way more worth it. That's kind of where you need to be at. Ooh, 5 workers going down for Nightmare is pretty nice for Spats. He's so damn behind. 37 to 24 workers for Nightmare. Spats getting an Immortal out of his own for some kind of defense. He's going to try to take a Warp Prism again and try to find some damage. I don't know about the Stalkers. I think he should have just been trying to go for Adepts. It's only 4 Stalkers. He's going to go get some damage. But there's a lot of units to defend this. He is just going to pick off and get 3 workers. That is nice play from Spats. Spats with the 2 Stalkers in defense. In the side for a counter Warp Prism attack. Recalled Warp Prism, I don't hate it because that's a lot of his army, sadly. It's just 4 Stalkers. Okay, he's going to saturate to 10 on his natural because he's mined out of his main quite a bit from how heavily he was mining on there and got a little oversaturated. Okay, we got a double Immortal. Follow up double Immortal and the Warp Prism here. Warp Prism going out. Observer from Nightmare is going to scout this. Is this going to be Warp... Oh, it almost was Warp Prism versus Warp Prism. This is going to be very unlucky for Spats. Spats does have some Stalkers. Oh, look at this big brain play. The hallucinated Warp Prism. He's trying to fight anything. The Warp Prism is going to go down. GG's called. God damn, that was a good one. It was scouted. He knew to GG. What up, Tony the Iron Brother? Yeah, guys, please. Oh, Matrino codes are for the Chicken Man test to open. I'm sure there will be plenty for this, but guys, this is the Online Sports Championship Rising Star number 3. Just got to take a moment. There is a $5 membership fee. It starts at $5, but it makes players entitled to thousands of dollars in tournaments. We have $2,000 mid-season playoffs starting in April. There's 18 cash payouts, including 2 random participation prizes with a top seed into the 2022 World Championship up. How you doing, Boptimus Prime and Tony the Iron Brother? All the members are eligible to play in it, so there's no restrictions there. And yeah, you can also be involved in the weeklies they have, King of the Hill, Rising Stars, Challenge Masters, the Masters Cups. You see Steadfast and Chicken Man and Bayo. I think Bayo chests on some of those. But Steadfast and Chicken Man primarily. And with that, give me just a moment. I'm going to get some water. So I will be right back. All right, guys. I am back. And let's see what we got next. We have Goblin versus Forjumi. Goblin versus Forjumi. All right, here we are. Goblin versus Forjumi. All right, folks. Moving on to game number 1 of this series. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Hardwire, representing Berserker Esports, it is Forjumi. And his opponent in the upper right, representing Team Roddy, it is Goblin, our blue Protoss player. We have to see what we got. Alright, looks like we are going for the high ground from both. Jumi Potter is going for the earlier probe. Let's see who's more the memer. Goblin, as you know, can be quite the cheeser, but so could 4Jumi when he wants to be. Is he in Troll Jumi mode? We will find out. As my good friend Farrell and owner of Berserker Esports says, he's Troll Jumi. When he bullied poor Farrell with nothing but sentries. Oh, look at the Roombas going down left and right. These guys are relentless for those vacuum cleaners. Alright, so far so standard. Goblin going out with a little bit later scout is gonna find his way to the natural. At least immediately to scout 4Jumi. Kind of being annoying, getting some vision. Did take some probe damage a little earlier. Goblin's just finding his way in. It's a nice little setup for 4Jumi for a wall. Nothing too cheeky as of yet. Goblin really not trusting that probe of 4Jumi's. Okay, he's gonna get a probe down on the low ground again. Setting up for the pylon. 4Jumi being annoying over here. Goblin getting the scout. He's gonna see that there is a pylon to scout for proxy oracle or a drop after. Let's see what we got, gamers. Alright, we got the pylon drop for 4Jumi to see the 2 units at just the right time. So 2 stalkers out or not, he's going to get an immediate cancel. And scouts that it is a double stalker opener. 4Jumi going for warp gate. He goes for a nexus and oh my gosh, he has no units. No, he does have 2 units. He's going 2 adepts. So he got a really fast nexus with the 2 adept opener. Goblin just getting a standard time double stalker opener. Well, 4 stalker nexus. It looks like actually he's just a lot of positions. So he's going to be 1 second late. Literally 1 second from how it works out. Goblin getting the block for the adepts is going to be quite nice against 4Jumi. He's just going to leave it for now. He doesn't do the cancel leave. Okay. Ooh, going for a high ground pylon too. Interesting. That's playing with fire a little bit. So 4Jumi's going to have a little faster nexus, but it's nothing to really worry about that much. Truth be told, and the adepts get cleaned up, so Goblin can just cancel this. Alright, Goblin is, again, a little behind on workers, but how he defended everything, this is pretty nice for him. He's going to push out with 4 stalkers. 4Jumi going to finish his Twilight a little faster. Goblin going for Forge and Twilight. The standard opener from there. I do like that there's still a probe just in case of adepts. 4Jumi going in for something cheeky. This looks like it could be a proxy Dark Shrine at this timing. We may see a proxy dank shrine. But with 4Jumi, who knows sometimes. Even mining out some minerals a little earlier. That certainly seems to be where he would go, but he is going into Blink. No, he's going for proxy to get Blink Stalkers, maybe? He's got Blink, so he could just be a proxy gate. Yeah, right here, this looks more like a proxy gate, so he can reinforce and push in with a huge amount of Blink Stalkers right into the natural. Or the main base. And hop on top of that production, potentially. Okay, well, they're both doing a hallucinated Phoenix, scouting us out. 4Jumi, a little ahead on workers, but not really. Again, this is nothing to write home about for anything crazy. It is the proxy gateway, though. This is going to be pretty nice for 4Jumi. It is only 3 gate blink. He does have a slightly larger army, and he's going to continue to have it because Goblin is on 2 gate production. He has no shield battery in either location. Goblin's setting up to take his 3rd base, and ironically, it is right next to the proxy. Man, Goblin just on 2 gates. That is a little dicey. He's going for that robo, but I mean, 2 gates. Yeah, Forjumi does have the Stalker lead and is going to continue to do so as he is going to have another gate for production right now. Both players taking a third. This is going to be forced to cancel. This is 100% forced to cancel. However, Goblin is on his way. He does not have Blink yet, but he does land a couple force fields. Without Blink, this is a tougher fight. He doesn't have enough energy for any more force fields because those were fresh sentries. One sentry getting picked off. And again, with no Blink, this is just too tough. Blink is on its way, but that 12 seconds and counting is not going to be enough time. He's got to pull probes. He's got to try anything. And Forjumi with the base behind this is brilliant play. Blink has completed for Goblin, but I don't think it matters as much. It's too many Stalkers. This is rough. He has an Immortal coming, but it might as well be an eternity away like that Blink was as he mounts the losses. The whole mineral line is going to just essentially die right here. Immortal is going to help, but that's 17 workers going down. This is looking very rough for our Team Roddy Protoss. Forjumi up by a significant supply lead. The Immortal does help. Charge being researched from both players, +1 being researched from Goblin. He's down to 2 bases with not enough economy. Worker lead by like 20 from Forjumi, 22 actually. The 2 Adepts are not going to be able to block this, are they? Oh, they get the block. That's beautiful play from Goblin. Shades just in the nick of time and positions them just perfectly to block that shade in from those 2 Adepts. Forjumi playing with Blink Stalkers and Adepts. Gonna scout this yet again. Does Goblin have the micro for this? Oh, the Adepts get in. Doesn't matter. Aggressive Blink from Goblin. He is actually right on his tail. He's behind so much though on bases, but he's gonna be ahead on upgrades a little bit. Is he? Is he? He's going on +2. Charge finishing up at a similar time. He needs to get this proxy taken care of though, because Forjumi's gonna be able to keep getting warpeds. Disruptors are out from Goblin. I like this. Not a bad play, but they're at charge 30. We're gonna see the tech change a bit. Forjumi has the supply to just keep reinforcing Zealots, and he's taking a freaking pretty decently timed 4th base, to say the least. Goblin is in some trouble. He has to hold. He has to get, like, I guess creative. He has to find some damage. How you doing, Mr. Green? Green Ultralisk. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is no delay. Alright, Adepts are going to find some value on the 3rd base, but again, it doesn't matter. Forjumi, he's just so insanely ahead. 5 workers is pretty nice. A little misfire on the Adepts, but any and all sorts of damage is needed to be taken. This 3rd base is going down, though. The units were not there that were needed. We needed Zealots. A Warp Prism going in. This game looks like it's pretty quickly over. Well, that's just too much. Too much to lose. I don't think Goblin knows there's a 4th base, but I do think he knows he's behind. Only 1 Stalker goes down to that Purification Nova. No, Disruptor does get cleaned up, and it all is looking like it comes to an end. Forjumi takes game number 1. Are they from replays? Truthfully, yes. I'm trying to play it like it's not, but this is just how these work. So when you see Steadfast, some of these events are live, some of them are not for Online Sports Championship. How you doing, Cicada? What's going on? We're doing good. The reason is it allows the players time to play. So like on these ones and these tournaments all have help for different things and standings for the rest of the year. So again, like there's $2,000 in prizes. Anybody of any rank can sign up. It is $5 memberships is where they start at. The mid-season playoffs with 18 cash payments start out in April, early April. And then there's 2 random participation prizes. So just participating people win money if they are frequent flyers, if you will. Otherwise, we have King of the Hill. Rising Stars is what I'm casting. Steadfast and Chicken Man usually do King. I forgot which one does King of the Hill. They have the Masters Cups. And then there's like challenge matches. And they actually, from some of my tournaments, you have a chance of winning just from being the highest ranking non-OSC member. You get a month free pass. No, that's all right. How you doing, Cicada and Optimus? Whoa, Cicada. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 months. Very much appreciated. So we will be going on to game number 2. Thank you so much, Cicada. All right, moving on to game number 2. My cat is distracting me. I got a blanket, a comforter here set up. There's some noise dampening in the new room, which I know I don't have it showing right now. It's like, yeah, we'll put on green screen. Fake green screen. We're getting stuff dialed in, but I'm gonna probably do Charlie Cam after. For when he is in. All right. So that being said, moving on to game number 2. Spawning in the bottom right corner of Berlingrad. Representing Berserker Esports, it is Forjumi. And his opponent in the upper left, representing Team Roddy, it is Goblin. A few more series to go in Shatterino. Wait, oh, he killed the dog. Not like this. Goblin, the dog slayer. Hey, how you doing, Cytotonic? What's up, Cyto? Yeah, you always could. You have to click on it fast. There was somebody saying disruptors killed them. I didn't think you could either, but apparently you have to click it on enough. I had tried it after. It's like, oh my god, you can kill the doggo. Not like this. Yeah, I saw Renegade, of all people, was the one that I saw do it the first time. On my end. That's hilariously enough. I was like, really, Renegade? That was a little bit of a shocker to me. Like, come on, gamer. It's just an innocent doggo that doesn't really block as much. Alright, we are going to see the Cybercore going down for both players. It's always the quiet ones that are the dog killers. True. Big true. Alrighty, here we go. It is just going to be a little bit of no cheeky second pylons. Let's see what happens. This game is Goblin going to go to cheese it out. I'm surprised Goblin didn't go full on cheese mode, but Forjumi can be pretty good on cannon rush defense. These two do play each other a frequent enough amount. Warp Gate and 2 Adepts coming out. Man. Okay, Forjumi again with the same positioning for his third pylon for any cheeky Stargate play for an Oracle or something. Looks like Goblin is winning the fight for the moment. Forjumi getting a read. Interesting pylon choice. Not to block anything, he just wants to see the units. And, oh, unfortunately, he tipped his hat. There was a Stalker Sentry. I mean, it could have been a Sentry. But let's be real, it's usually a Stalker Sentry. Forjumi going for 2 Adepts and probably going to clean this one up on the way if any pathing changes happen. Oh no, this is mined out even. Look at this. Forjumi mined out the minerals just to get the Adepts in earlier. And the Adepts almost catching up with the probe. Oh, beautiful play from our Team Roddy player, Mr. Goblin. Thank you, GW and Filibuster, for doing this stuff. And also good to see you, Saito, Mr. Green, and everybody else. Okay, nice little block again from Goblin. Oh, this is 4 Adepts, though. This is going to be relentless Adept damage for a bit from Forjumi. The sentries don't really help. The force field does a bit. Obviously, Shades can go in. One of the Stalkers does go down because there's just finally enough DPS. But sentries died at 2 shots. Or 2 or 3 shots. Wow, look at these force fields actually doing it. A beautiful last second cancel, but the force field prevents any mining down in the natural. Wouldn't have hated to see a recall, but his patience paid off. A little oversaturation. Forjumi taking his third base. What? What kind of response is this in PvP? That's actually gonna mess with. That's gonna mess with Goblin. Forjumi has this triangle third. Usually, he should be able to be scouted pretty easily, but that. What are you thinking, Forjumi? So, guys, the thing is with these replays, the results are not posted until they're casted. So just so you know, until this whole series is casted, the results are not posted. So that's how it works. And if you're wondering why there's replays, furthermore, I forgot to mention that. So nobody knows the outcome. Don't worry about it, filibuster. Wait, you guys can't end each other's predictions? Interesting. I didn't realize. I need to know too, because now I'm finally a mod. I think I've been modded somewhere. I'm a mod on Specials channel now, so I might have to pay attention to some shit. Even when I'm streaming sometimes. Did he win? Who was it? Forjumi won the last one. No pressure, filibuster. I'm just saying. Don't worry. You guys are the best. Does Dave win? Oh, oops. Yes. Just say yes. Because I don't remember if I won. I'm sorry, filibuster. Thanks. That's funny. Alright. More adept play from Forjumi. But he's pushing out with some immortals and sentries. Glaive coming. Ooh, look at this build. It's a mass glaive adept build. Look at all the splits. Adepts going everywhere. Shades everywhere. This is a really aggressive, annoying playstyle. And with 2 immortals and 3 sentries, this is going to be rough for Goblin. He might, if he sees this, he can wall off. But there is there a Warp Prism behind this? Robo Bay going, I don't see. Yeah, there is a Warp Prism. It is scouted. I believe that, yeah, Goblin knows what's up. Glaive, Resonating Glaives has completed. And there you go, that mineral wall off is going to find even more value right now. However, the Glaives are going to start being able to kill what walls off the prevention of the main base mining. This is a nasty 2-base all-in, however. So many Glaive Adepts. Do we have Blink? We do have Blink. Blink will help a bit against this. The 2 Immortals are going to be annoying. We don't have Battery Overcharge called just yet. Man, this is so much damage from Forjumi. Just a nasty timing attack. So many Resonating Glaive Adepts. These builds are sometimes a bit of a wild card, but look at how much damage he's getting. He's actually cleaning up the whole army. Both Immortals still... I think the Immortals really helped with it. But when you actually see the DPS go up, it's so many Adepts. When they're killing a Nexus like that, you know it's a lot of Adepts. Okay, one of the bases does go down. We do have probes in the 3rd base for Goblin, but I don't think it matters. Immortal is going to help a lit, I guess. Disruptor is going to help. Oh, almost. Only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Disruptors actually are pretty good against this. Oh, War Prism does go down, but the Blink costs some Stalkers. And there's not a lot to defend. Charge is out, but there's not a lot of economy. Forjumi's on a 2-base all-in, but pretty much, I mean, it's PvP, but yeah, this ain't looking good. This ain't looking good at all. Those Immortals are heavily damaged, but there's a lot of Adepts to defend. No other gateway units, because there's not much production. Actually, there's no production. Absolutely none for Goblin. You can't fight this with probes because there's Resonating Glaive Adepts to the numbers that... Yeah, it's just... This is it. That's it. Goblin does not GG, and that is the game. That is the series. In fact. That is it. All right. So we are going to go on to our next one in just a moment. I had to order some food. My girlfriend, she came over for a bit. Should at this point I might as well just cook dinner. But I might actually just go shopping after this, and I'll be on later with ESL. Maybe I'm debating doing the ESL, but I'm also wait. What is this? I got to see how many ESL Asians I got this month, because if I haven't done any, then I'm gonna have to do it. All right, so Miksu versus Poppy is our next one. Miksu versus Poppy. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to take a few minutes here. Oops. All right, folks, I'm back. We're going into Miksu versus Poppy. Sorry for the long wait. I had to order some food. In a days, how you doing? Protoss OP. Unfortunately, that won't be going in a game right now, because, you know. Alright, here we go. We're going on to game number 1. Alright, let's go. Game numero uno of this series. We got our first PBZ. And here we go. Spawning in the upper right corner of Hardwire, representing heroes. The Platinum heroes, or is it heroes just alone? It's Poppy. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Kova Esports, it is Miksu. A very good Zerg player. I'm actually a huge fan of Miksu as well. Poppy also a very good player. This should be a very good one. Alright, folks, let's see what we got here. Alright, Miksu going for the scout out to see if he's getting an early hatch block, and he kills the Roomba in the process. So he secured his hatch. It's the gateway scout from our Protoss player. Yes, in a days. The drone survived. Become a hatchery. To evolve into a hatchery. As they do our Zorgy Zorgs. Alright. Phil the probe going in to check out what's going on up here. He does see this pool going down. And Mr. Phil is going to try to be annoying at the mineral line. But Denny the drone is going to just start chiseling away at his little jetpack on his behind. Alrighty here. We got our 20 Nexus and Cyber Core from Poppy. Meanwhile, Ollie the Overlord's going to his pervert pillar, potentially. Well, Phil the probe is still getting damaged by Denny the drone. Is Mr. Phil gonna go? Yeah, I think this probe is pretty dead. Yeah, wow, that was very aggressive from Miksu. Danny called in his friends Dave and Dan. And Dale to help kill off Phil. Poor Phil, he had a bunch of robot friends back home at the Nexus. But no more of Phil. Okay, Adept is going to finish up in time. We got our 2 queens, no lings. Actually, no, there's the 4 lings, just killing the rock. Green was faster than you? Big oof. Sibajan. How you doing, Sibajan? And GW and Sageda. Living up to the name. No manners, Goblin. Just like A-Pop, right, Cicada? I'm sorry, guys. I was away for a little bit. That is pretty funny. Goblin, actually... I was surprised he didn't go full-on cheese mode, but I think it's because of who he's playing. We do have a lazy worker from Poppy. Not paying attention to this. First Adept going out, trying to get some vision. He's got the slightly later third base. Which that's it. That actually is what ended up being the case. It's about 10 seconds late for some reason. With no provocation. Ooh, a Phoenix build. Phoenix opener. Phoenix into Oracle. Very cool stuff out of our Protoss player. We're going back to old school builds from Poppy. You're eating chips? Noise. Phoenix Oracle opener. This is kind of cool. With the change of the patch comes the change of the games. Alright, meanwhile behind this, looking, well, we get that delayed third. What is the name of the game from Mr. Miksu? Yeah, it's an early third from Poppy. Pretty significantly early third. Oracle is going to find its way out. Phoenix is just patrol pathing around. All I can do is pick up a Ling, potentially, but there's only one Adept in defense. Warp Gate going to finish. Second Gateway, and it is an Oracle follow-up yet again. This is like the Showtime kind of play style, a little bit. Are we going to see a third Oracle, too? That is the question. Okay, there's a lot of Lings. Oracle coming back to defense, because it's a decent number of Lings. We have the Sentry from Poppy, double Sentry follow-up. And Lings everywhere, in position to scout where the Protoss is, except for over in to the 3 o'clock position, 5th base. The Oracles and the Phoenix gonna move across. Oh, I love this play. You can actually pick up the Queen and get some drone damage. But there's 2 Queens in position and a Spore Crawler. This is gonna be a little rough. Find too much damage. However, it is gonna keep stuff alive a little bit. Phoenix gets away. Only 2 drones killed. Not really the most value. Especially considering we had some hull damage on both the Phoenix and one of the Oracles. Robo and Forge coming out. That is the follow-up from our Protoss player. From Mr. Poppy. Okay, he's got Slow Zealots. Okay, this is getting a Twilight just now. 4th base going down at the east location for some creep spread from Miksu. I do like. Daddy like. They're betting on Poppy. You think Poppy's just gonna clean? I don't know. Miksu's a pretty good player, and as of now, yeah, Poppy's a little ahead on supply, and he is getting an Immortal up. Poppy does like his Immortal Sentry play. I will say that, but with the Twilight coming and +1, this is interesting, to say the least. Certainly interesting. He's got 3 base saturation in 6 minutes. He could go take an early 4th base for a Protoss. It's actually kind of cool. Oh. Wait, Lings are forcing the Adept out of position. Look at this Ling control. The map awareness and control from Miksu is very nice for our Zerg player. But he's being extra greedy. Not really building much in terms of army. He's going into Glial Reconstitution and +1. Our Protoss player is just finishing +1 as well. And that's all she wrote for the moment. Ling's going to try to find some damage. Scouts the army. Immortal count growing. We got a Templar Archives charge on the way. And a 4th going to be denied. That was going to be a damn early 4th too. Actually, now Poppy just now has the money for it. He's going to go take it. And that is it for the moment. Just the shield battery to defend the 3rd. I default root for bugs unless you know the streamer is gaming themselves as something less glorious. Fair enough in the days. Okay, we're just getting rev tags on everything going on. Infestation Pit is scouted and the Baneling Nest. This looks like Roach Ravager Banelings into... Well, we'll see. We were just hitting that spot. We do have Psionic Storm being researched from Mr. Miksu. Or from Poppy. Imagine Miksu researching Psionic Storms. He's researching centrifugal hooks. Technically you can as a Zerg though. You know, he does have his infestation pit. You'd probably have it like... Oh, I don't know. 11 minutes from now if you had neural parasite pathogen glands that got a probe. Then it would become PVZ into PvP into PVZP. That's a tongue twister. Beautiful little Ling Roach split off, but there is a decent amount of static defense. That stasis ward is actually really nice for Poppy, but the larger army is to this side, waiting for centrifugal hooks to finish. However, Psionic Storm here is going to be nice. There is that transition to Aspire. I think we're going to attempt to see some Muta play from Mr. Miksu. Hooks is going to finish just shortly. Centrifugal hooks, Baneling speed. But, yeah. That is all she wrote. The larger army on the right side, but it's actually pretty well split up. Yeah, come to think of it. And it's just static defense here. Oracle could drop another stasis ward. Ooh, Sonic Storm Kit and the Zealot more than anything. Find some damage, actually. Pretty decent damage. Oh, there's that second stasis ward, which could be huge. Some Zealots in the flank. Warp Prism going in. Oh, a nice little Zealot run by into the third base. Zerg on 5 bases, Protoss to 4, but he's potentially in a position to take a 5th if he wants to after he gets some damage. Forces the army back from that little play there. We do have melee attacks coming. Okay, it's right into Broodlords. This is going to be really rough for Mr. Poppy. The Greater Spire on the way. Does he have Blink? He doesn't have Blink. He has literally nothing to defend against Broodlords. It will take quite a while for them to get there. But we don't see like we don't see like any real true power units other than like Archons and Immortals with Stormy Boys behind this. Hey, what's up, Drew? How you doing? How you doing? Zealots running into roaches, basically just finding immediate death, or slow, painful death, I should say. Oh, damn, my food's almost here, guys. That is a little unlucky, because this game could go on for a while. Oh, yep, never mind the triple carrier thing. We're going for Laker aim. I'm going to have to do the most unprofessional thing after. Actually, no, we're going to follow a player camera after, is what we're going to do. When my food arrives. That shit needs to be snagged. I didn't think it was that quick. I should have got something to take longer. Because this is going into mid-game and really with a setup for potential late game. Now that carriers are coming and it's straight to Broodlords, Adrenal Glands coming. Yeah, this is Vipers too, but it's not really Corruptors because there's been no Sky Toss counted. Oh, now there is. Oh boy. That's a lot of Archons though. So Broodlords would seem to be nice, but these carriers, you're gonna clean this up. Some Corruptors are coming, but the supply for Miksu is actually pretty capped. He will be able to squeeze some Corruptors out as some of this ground army dies. But look at this. Oh my god, there it is, the Spore Forest behind this. There's the defense. This is crazy. Carriers trying desperately to kill the Broodlords, but they're fighting on top of a Spore Fort. That was a crazy engagement from Miksu. What a game. This is totally like not like last season. Oh my god, the 5th base went down for Poppy. What is this game? Well, I mean, just like me whining about it, but this is late game. He's actually in a rough spot. It's not really just true Sky Toss. This was nothing but this was not a Sky Toss game. This is just how it goes into the late game. 5th base being attempted in the bottom left side, but he's not going to be able to get it up. Alright, these Zealots are going to run by and pressure into the 4th. Okay, another attempted 5th base. Is going to go down for a Protoss player. A lot of that ground army still there. Oh, Warp Prism going to go down. That's unlucky. He could use that for some pickups to save units after. Tempests are going to help against the Broodlords, however. That's the play. Oh, but one of them going down to both Tempests going down to the Viper Abducts into Spore Crawlers. Okay, will this base be denied? That is the question. Funnily enough, it is totally killed. Beautiful storm on the drones as well with that observer. Oh my god, he's getting desperate. He's storming Broodlords, folks, but it does find some damage. Oh, one just narrowly escapes. He almost killed it, but it barely lives. It had like 2 HP at the time. It might have actually been 1. We didn't see right then just because of what was going on. And yeah, storms on the Corruptors, not a bad idea. Vipers are going to hurt these Archons. So they weren't able. That one Archon wasn't able to get a shot on the Corruptors. We got Transfuses on the Broodlords, however. That's going to be quite helpful for Miksu. Poppy trying to saturate its bases. And there you have it. And folks, my order will be here shortly. So when it comes, I'm going to have to put it on a player cam as it would appear. Okay, there's infestors with this. How the game has changed back to the way it was a little bit. There was not a single Void Ray made in this. Ooh, but beautiful Tempest hits right from the get. Tempests are actually helping quite a lot in this fight. However, there is some beautiful fungals being cast on this ground army. Maybe that was just a bait. However, there's so many Tempests now. This is going to be rough. Vipers could go down. Yeah, not an Abduct was landed. And all this is going to be cleaned up. However, these Corruptors are going to be able to jump on this. A beautiful storm, 2 storms on the Corruptors, but all the carriers are cleaned up. But look at how many Immortals are out. Ultralisk just now coming out. Chitinous Plating almost complete, but not quite. This is now transitioned to a mostly ground army. Void Ray's now on the way. That is the call now. A Blink is a long shot away. Funnily enough, from the army composition, mostly ground puff for most of the game. And we didn't see Blink out of Poppy. Just now coming at a casual 15 minutes into the game. Oh my dear lord, this game is something. Okay, this base looks like it's dead too, so we did see a base kill. Really delayed 5th for Poppy before, but we do see a kill. And my food has arrived. I will be picking it up in just a minute. I think this is looking like Poppy takes it. The army supplies really ahead. There are some Ultras, however, coming, and Chitinous Platings. There are 5 Ultras in production. That's really scary for Poppy. He needs to jump on these eggs. Because right here next to him are Ultras. And, well, Void Rays could help. But Ultras could be quite annoying to deal with. Okay, here we go. The Chunky Boys have arrived. For Mr. Green Ultralisk in chat. This would be what he would do back in the day. Oof. But the Ultra's just getting out DPS for a minute. Void Rays are going to go down. Thick Beam just now being activated. Prismatic Alignment was a little late. That could have helped clean it up even more. Everything's needed. GD is called and Poppy takes it. Just in time for me to get some food. I'll be right back. Alright, gamers. We are moving on to our next series. Who do we got next? We got Nicorax versus Trifex. Sorry, I had to scarf down some food quick. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So, Nicorax versus Trifex. Let me just do this. This is our last matchup. And here we are, folks. Nicorax versus Trifex. A TVZ, folks. A TVZ. On the current patch. Spawning in the bottom left corner of 2,000 atmospheres. Give it up for Psystorm Gaming's Nicorax. In the red. And his opponent in the upper right. From CSO, it is our Blue Zerg, Mr. Trifex. This should be a good one. We got a little TVZ to change it up again. So we didn't have 100% PvPs. We got a little bit of all the matchups minus Zed versus Zeds. I don't know about you, Chad. I wouldn't mind seeing the TVZ series. Yeah, okay. Looking pretty standard from both players. Just some macro builds. We got the 16 Scout, or 17 Scout rather. It is like 16, 17 Scout from Nicorax, who is likely just going to do a Reaper Expand. As it would be appearing. Spawning pool going down. Gas starting to get saturated with the drones one at a time. This could be a Scout potential third annoyance. Nope, it's Nat scouted. Yep, there it is. Reaper Expand from our Terran player. Well. Alright. Here are 2 queens and 4 lings with an Ogre Lord popping from Mr. Zerg. And it looks like the Reaper will not find a cancel. Oh, now it could. That Reaper could potentially catch a cancellation. We had a little extra droning, so... nope, third is going to go down. Reaper does not get the third, but it does get a ling. Queen is out to defend the rest of the lings. Okay. Nicorax Scout location, he will. More than likely. Nope. Oh, does he get the creep tumor? He almost gets the creep tumor, but doesn't. Nicorax doesn't have full confirmation on the third base of where. It likely is guessing a third base anyway, because he did get enough information to tell, but he doesn't know if it's triangle or at 12 o'clock. Well. Also looking standard 111 here. Third CC though. Little greedy out of our Terran player, going for that 3cc build, pumping out those Hellions. Link speed is gonna pop for our Zerg player. Not a very aggressive build. Who won the last match? It was Poppy. Oh, you know what, guys? I skipped the game. That wasn't the whole series. GW Greg and chat, I went to go grab something to eat. We skipped the game, so we're gonna be bouncing series here. To spice things up, Kappa. Mistakes were made. I just realized I was so hungry and wanted to get going back, so I waited you guys wait. I just jumped the whole series. So we're going to go back to the previous to see game number 2 and see what goes on there. Rip. Nothing we can do better here, folks. It was not casted in order. Mistakes were made. Alright, the 4 Hellions getting the work done on some Lings. Nobody else caught that, but I did. And we're going to have to do it. I guess we'll just wait till the end to cast. We'll just cast these and then go back to Poppy and Miksu. Which was a very, very good game. Alright, these Hellions are grouping up, but they're going to get surrounded in the center too. This is a good amount of queens. Great queen positioning, actually, from Trifex. Thanks, Tony. I can't believe I just did that, though. I had one job. Rip. It happens. I've scuffed things more than this. Like, imagine seeding max packs last in a tournament. Well, that has been done before. Alright, third CC is landed as an orbital, and this is going to be a Liberator push. Stim, +1, and infantry weapons and armor are on the way. A layer is finishing up for our Zerg player. Mr. Trifex did take some losses there. I like this cheeky little 3 o'clock base. Just in normal attack patterns from Terran and how everything was scouted, it kind of makes more sense. However, there's a lot of queens out of position, and only some Lings which are going to go down. Hellions are thwarted off for a moment. Will the Liberator find some damage? Actually, you know what? It forced a pull, but they're caught. Okay, this is where all the queens are. So, with all that creep spread, etc., the base is going to be scouted. And potentially some Lings. Okay, nice little queen split. And he's going to catch his injects. There it is. The base scout is there. A little pressure with Marines that now have stim. Combat shields on the way. Gotta clear out some creep. Banelings quite a bit away. This could actually do... Well, no, actually, now the Banelings should pop right now. Oh, a beautiful pickup from Terran. Mr. Nicorax on top of his game for Storm Gaming. Okay, we are going to see a pull, and the Spore is going down. Beautiful surround from our Zerg player, but it just wasn't enough to kill it. 3 workers went down to the Liberator. Hellions gonna find some potential damage here. There's only 1 queen. Oh. Over-respecting it. Oh, we get a nice little surround with the Lings. Hellions are gonna go down. Centrifugal hooks finished, but Zerg is behind on upgrades. Just now researching, he's about 75% complete on melee, weapons, and carapace. Just a little behind. You had rehearsal at Kennedy Center and forgot your instrument? Oof, that's rough, man. That is rough. Shit happens, as they say. Alright. Siege tank is gonna get cleaned up. A lot of this bio, consequently. The trades are pretty wacky-dacky do. 4th base is gonna eventually be taken from our Terran player who has the money for it. Yeah, there it is. 4th base taken on location from Nicorax. Okay, we got a nice little drop harass going in. 5th base being taken at 12 o'clock from Trifex. Alright, we do have the double medevac drop going in. Okay, he's just going to go and try to maybe catch some creep. But a lot of the armies right here in anticipation. Okay, the 2 medevacs going ahead are going to fight into queens. 3 queens, going to get some damage on those medevacs. 4 queens, actually. Getting a lot more damage. Lings jumping right on top of this. +2 on the way. We do see, actually, Zerg and Terran are now evened out on upgrades, but there is a big push with a tank down in the bottom right corner in the southeast. Ooh, there's Hydras out, so you know what that means. We're headed toward Lurkers. Creep's going to be spread. Trifex, just like that old man, saying, "Get off my lawn." This queen, little bit micro, but it's okay. Meanwhile, that push is back in the center of the map. Oh, no reaction to this drop. Wait. Yeah, we need to see a bit of a split. Okay, there we go. We do have a spore. One of these medevacs, unfortunately, it's the one not loaded, is almost dead. Loving the creep spread out of Trifex right now. But this is actually a pretty stuck drop. Especially now that Hydras are on the map, Muscular Augment's on the way. We do have an infestation pit coming. Do we see... Yeah, we're transitioning toward lurkers. Okay, the queen's just there to spread. The creep spread getting a little denied. Tanks, I should say, in good positions. Nicorax going to go take a repositioning here. Queen's actually tanking some of that cannon fire. Okay, Baneling's making some good connections. The Queens and the Hydras trying to fight this, but a little bit of an overextension from Trifex. These drops still, well, this drop, I should say, still caught in no man's land. Okay, creep spread simultaneously being contained on the other side. Oof. These tank hits are extra valuable. However, a beautiful Bane bust and Ling run by into the third base of Nicorax. Nicorax took some serious damage to that orbital command center. 21 workers go down. Okay, losing some Banes to that engagement was a little rough for Trifex, but he's going to go in for another counter push yet again. He might be able to just clean this up. The army's right there, but if he pushes from both sides, that could be pretty good. Okay, meanwhile, there's going to be a drop. Wait, the drop's going to be scouted, potentially. Is this drop going to be scouted? Yeah, that is a 3 medevac drop with some marauders. Yep, it's scouted. So what was going to be a Western assault is now going to be a Western defense. Securing the 6th base. And these spore crawlers are actually pretty nice right now. There's not really a lot that can be done right there. Oh no! Baneling connects are not going to be good for Nicorax. But he does kind of hold in this position and is trading out a lot of Zerglings. Can he kill this base? The Hydras are there to help. Marauders going down a bit. Okay, they are going down a bit. Queen's going down. Another Queen's going down. Hydra's going down. Baneling's going down. Oh, it all gets cleaned up by Nicorax. Beautiful drop. That ended up trading out very much in his favor. Queens and Hydras, a hatch. Ling's morphing into Banes, not able to complete. That was pretty big stuff for our Red Terran, who is now ahead on army supply. But these Bane connects are going to make a change there. They're now about even on army supply after those trades. Well, no, Trifex starting to lose some more yet again. This drop is relentless. Oh my god, he's trying to take this base still. He needs to cancel it. He's not paying attention. Not like this. Oh, these Banes are going to all insta-die. No, the rally. They weren't even into the bio. They had a chance to kill that. So many Banelings lost as well. Not like this, Trifex. Oh my god. Nice little well, he's trading out Banes for single units. Very smart play for Nicorax. Medevacs do take some damages from the Hydras. Melee and Carapace +3 on the way. But there is no Lurker Den. Like, truthfully, from some of those trades, we had a little prevention of the Lurkers. Oh, beautiful push out against the third base yet again. But there's, well, Rando Swarm Host does find its way in there. Not to launch some Locust. Oh, this beautiful surround from our Zerg player is going to clean a lot of Nicorax's army up behind this, but Nicorax is on the other side of the map. However, I think Lings could just clean this up, and from all the amount of hatcheries he has, and with the bank, if he can just get a good surround and split, he certainly can take this. Yep, there it is. They're coming back. He did the damage. He took the third out. He pressured into the natural. Beautiful pickups from our Terran player, but ultimately, I think Zerg traded way better there. Yeah, Zerg is trading quite nicely this game. We say at the least. All right, we had a little bit of a skirmish and coming up, but oh, this could be a full surround. This could be a 360. Well, not a 360 now, but that was really set up where he could have got a nice surround on that army. It looked like our Zerg player was anticipating it. Lings pushing out. There's a lot of Terran production. Another CC going down. There's Changeling scouting this. Lings going into fight. Going for SCVs, but realistically, killing some tanks might not be bad. Getting some chiseling done on the command center. Zerg does have this base too, so realistically, Trifex is in a fantastic position now at Viper Tech. Our Terran player doesn't have any Ghost Academy. Well, he does have a Ghost Commodity. Ghost Commodity. Interesting. Good job, Dave. That was more of a Ghost Calamity, folks. Creep tumors being cleaned up. Like they're going out of style, but we do have a nice surround from our Zerg player with those adrenal gland Lings. Hydras chasing it, no lurkers. Funnily enough, there's no ghosts because there's no lurkers. But the abducts from Vipers could be good against medevacs and tanks. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see any pathogen gland play out of Trifex in this game. If you think about it, he's floating. And as it happens, our Terran player, losing what he lost, is floating gas. Man, this is wild. They're both pretty even on army supply. Terran's very much in defensive. His third, his fourth, not so much. It's more mined out. But it could still go down. I'd like to see that planetary be the target engagement. Ghosts are on the way, as I said that. We're just now getting into Ghost 30. No, he's not using the Vipers. Blinding clouds on the tank. Actually beautiful. Look, oh, look at this. He's just pouncing on the army. The blinding clouds making their way in. And this mineral line is going to go down. Hydras killing it. Trifex takes game number 1. And guys, again, sorry for the mix-up. We are going to go back to the other series, which we didn't. Or should I just play this one out and we go to the end? We'll finish up the other one at the end. I think that would make more sense because I goofed up again. So let's go to game number 2. Nicorax versus Trifex. And how are you doing, our good chat? All right, so wait. Spawning in the... Wait, Spawning in the bottom left corner. Glittering Ashes. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is Nicorax. And his opponent in the upper right. Representing CSO Esports, it is Trifex. And our second... ZBT. Oh my god, we got Proxy Rax. Proxy 3 Rax, folks. Is this going to be 3 Rax Reaper or Proxy 3 Rax? This is looking more like Proxy 3 Rax. Oops, we didn't have sound. And there you have it. Oh my god. Oh my god. The first Overlord's going to scout it. This is like GG right here pretty much. Look at this. The game just starts and it's immediately over, practically. Oh my god. Probably not the best location for 3X. It is for damage, but... Beautiful scout from Trifex. That is damn hilarious. But let's see the reaction. He just played a standard macro game, though. He did cancel things out, change things up, pull drones, whatever. Much could have been done there. Okay, he's gonna pull 3 drones now. A little later. It's Proxy 4X. As you guys know, this is my favorite one. So, truthfully, the anticipation of 3 racks may be a bit more of a problem. Okay, he's getting his first spine. Gonna stay back on here because he's going for a Roach Warren. That is the play. Getting some links because the spines aren't going to be enough just yet. There's going to be so many Marines, it's going to be a little rough. But I don't hate that Roach Warren. Oh man, it's a 4X boys pull. Talk about aggression. This game's gonna go one way or the other, but there's roaches on the way. And it's not looking the greatest for our Terran player. Nice round on the Spine Crawler, but guess what? I don't think it matters. Not a lot of production gonna be coming out of Terran anytime soon, and Trifex takes it. We did get to see a Proxy 4X too, so we're gonna clean it all up with the match that I mixed of Game 2 of Poppy versus Miksu. That was a full series right there, folks. We're going back to Poppy versus Miksu, and that shall be it. Magic Turtle, what's up? Imagine forgetting this is game number 2. How you doing, Magic Turtle? Alrighty. And this game 2, Poppy took game number 1, which was damn close. Now there's no delay. I'm gonna just put delay in when I have them. Anyway, spawning in the bottom right corner of Berlingrad, representing heroes, it is Poppy, our blue Protoss. And his opponent in the upper left, representing Kobe Esports, it is Miksu. From the Netherlands. All right. Game number 1 was a little bit of a banger. We saw carriers dying into Spore Forest, and you know, in that mid to late game part, and very classic Poppy style, I would say. I wonder if he's going to open Phoenix Oracle again and the 2 Oracles. All right. Let us see here. Just a little Scouterino. Sorry, chat, I'm all quiet here. Nothing but your standard ZVP PVZ opener from both players. Down to the 22 pylon. Oh shit, they found my proxy. Oh, well. Speaking of which, the Overlord's gonna find the base, or is the base gonna find the Overlord? I think it goes both ways. Alright, there we go, the 2 queens, the 4 lings. Probe is alive for the moment, but is he going to keep it alive or just throw it away? He is going to keep it alive for the moment. Yeah, exactly. The Overlord proxy right here. Ollie the Overlord. menacingly staring at his opponent's base, knowing that he's not going to go down because it's probably going to be an adept. But if it was a stalker, he'd be crapping his pants. Alright, what does it play? We got a Stargate opener again. So we're going to have Oracles and Phoenix. Phoenix and Oracles. I think it's going to be Phoenix again. I mean, it's the new patch. I'm kind of glad we're back to it. Okay, Adept does shade over here. I don't know why. Gonna shade in over here and get a little Scouterino. Not going for any damage. Yeah, there it is. It is Phoenix Oracle opener again. One Overlord to rule them all. One Overlord to find them. One Overlord to bring them all. And in darkness bind them. True. Those heckin' Overlords. Phoenix is out. Doesn't catch the Overlord even though... Oh, now it does there. Actually, that Phoenix could potentially go out and catch a few Overlords. But Miksu was right on top of that. He's like, shit, I don't want to lose these Overlords to a Phoenix. Again, it is the Phoenix double Oracle play from Pappy. Honestly, guys, like, thinking about this in Showtime. Oh, for sure. There's not a damn thing wrong with some Lord of the Rings references, Anders. Not at all. Okay, again, same kind of play. Double Oracle openers are actually pretty cool when you do them like this. Phoenix getting in position. Spore is out. This Phoenix is going to pick up Queens, but oof. Not exactly the best engage to write home about right there. Taking hull damage, etc. And there's a good amount of Lings putting pressure on Adepts out of position from the angle of attack of the Lings. They're going to shade back. Kind of in the nook between the gas after. Third Oracle on the way. Robo down. Same build as game number 1. Alright. Mr. Miksu saturated on 3 bases. Nothing really heavy in terms of worker damage. I believe it was only 1 kill for Pappy previously. Miksu again all over the map with his units. Twilight and Forge down again at a very similar time from Pappy. Pappy gonna push in, potentially trying to find some damage again. This time Willie, he's gonna find 2. Well, he has 2 Oracles this time. Last time he pushed out with 1. 3 worker kills, and he is gonna lose an Oracle this time. It's a little rough. He has some information starting to saturate his third, and meanwhile there's that gateway explosion with charge and +1 coming with an observer. Observer immortal follow-up. Don't hate this. Yeah, he's exactly in the same position as far as army composition and setup as last game. He's just sticking to his build. 4th hatch going down for Zerg. Little delayed this game, might add. But he saturated his gases. Well, he took his gases. We're going to start seeing that Roach printer go burr. Because Miksu's at like 67 drones now. He's getting around there. In a less serious tournament? Perhaps. Perhaps. Okay, we got a lot of High Templar again. It's going to be Stormy Boys in the same kind of play, which... You know, Poppy really doesn't like his robotics Fae. I mean, honestly, I just... doing the Z solo cast. I'm trying. I'm feeding what you guys give me in chat, too. So... and what's going on in the games? We just start casting. Alright. Oracle is still going to stay alive. Let's see here. Poppy has some really good vision, though. He's constantly using the Oracle and even the Phoenix just for scouting. Okay, this time we get some Archons going out as well from Poppy a little earlier. that he didn't have before. Oh yeah, I mean, we definitely have plenty of stuff that does, just, yeah. Alright. Double cannon's gonna be knocking down the Overlord. And there's Shell, she wrote. And it's Swarm Host. Oh, I love this. We get Swarm Host, chat. Let's heckin' go. We get some Swarm Host play. Oh, buddy. Swarm Host Ravager. But the Stormy boys cleaning up a lot of the Locust. Locust actually killing a battery, the 1 token battery and a photon cannon, though. Kind of helping a little. And they retreated. Did they retreat back? Yeah, they are. They're pushing over to the side because, well, this anticipation of the 4th is not going to matter because it's actually in the 6 o'clock location. Well, I'm pretty sure we can in this. This could potentially be the end of it. Actually, funnily enough, this was the game I missed in that series because I went to get food and totally goofed up. Oh man. Nice little defense from our Protoss. Funnily enough, the Locusts are going to go right in range of Storms. And, well, speaking of high ground, this was more like low ground. High ground or not. In this case, mistakes were made. If the Locust had pressed from this side, on the high ground, ironically, Anders, as you said, then he would have had the high ground, Anakin. Oh, Biles landed on the 1 Immortal to the left, getting some hull damage. That was pretty nice. For Mr. Miksu. Nanook of the North, Mr. Miksu. From the Netherlands. Alright. Okay, the roaches are cleaning out the rocks. And we do have another Locust incursion, but there's enough Archons to just deal with this. They aren't going to find that much damage against this army. They are going to chisel as much DPS as they do. Archons just kind of like end them when you get enough. And same as High Templar with Storm, obviously. Oh, the beautiful force fields. And with this composition, the roaches go splat. Zealots are going to run in on top of these Swarm Hosts with the Archons. They're all clumped up, hold positioning here. Finding their end. They're meeting their maker. Do the Swarm Hosts at least get to shoot out one last Locust Swarm at our Protoss player? It's looking like no. Protoss crushing the rocks on the way in Hydralisk. And Lurkers are out. And honestly, that's pretty good against our Protoss. But he's kept his Immortal count alive. A few Lurkers aren't much to deal with an Observer at this. Oh, the Psionic Storms. Actually, look at this. I do have the high ground, Anakin. The Psionic Storms finishing it up. It is not looking good for Miksu. Miksu is just losing all of his power units. He does have some Lurkers, but the Immortal count is so good. There's a... Yeah, GG is called. He just knows he's going to lose those bases. And that was it. That was an unintentional scuffed order of the OSC Rising Star, number 3, day number 4. Again. So, the $2,000 mid-season playoffs, number 1, are starting in early April, which is just days away. And if you're new here, guys, please smash that follow button. The Zealot art is awesome. Well, thanks. I just found it online. Actually, I want to do work on some stuff after. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. But just so you guys know, there are 18 cash payouts and 2 random participation prizes with the top seed into the World Championship for 2022 up for grabs. Yeah, but if you want to join, it's $5 per month, and check out the link for OSC. How you doing, DJ? Masculine. Let's see. Wait, oops, let me do the command. But it is the Online Sports Championship. As you know, Steadfast, Cast, and Chicken Man. There's King of the Hill, Rising Stars, challenge matches. I believe Cranky Ducklings, I think, do some stuff too, and some other folks. But yeah, and thanks to Eddie SE2 for putting us on. As much as I'd love to dive into ladder or do whatever, I think I'm gonna take a little break ski from stream for a bit. And yeah, we shall go Raiderino somebody. I will be back a little later. I'm sure I might do ESL Asia really late. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some cleaning and stuff. Let us go say hello to my friend Abenga. She just raided me yesterday, actually, so let's get amongst other people. Let's go raid Abenga. See you guys, and thank you very much. Say hello to Bang. See you later, my buddy Bang. Thank you.